Okay, here's a question. One of the Instagram pages I've been following for a while now is neglected heritage houses, right? So all through Melbourne, people like take photos of like heritage style houses that are listed to be sold.
Right.
Yeah, and they're basically saying, this is definitely going to turn into like a McMansion. You know what I mean? Like level.
Did you say McMansion?
Yeah, it's a term.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like the houses in South Oakley, right near Corinda?
Yeah.
Those are McMansions.
Why Mc?
McMansions meaning like cheap and nasty.
As in reference to McDonald's?
Yeah, and being one style for like all of it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
big, garish, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flat lines and
Interesting, okay.
a couple of Roman columns at the front, Doric. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like they call them McMansions because they just pop up everywhere and they're just cheap and like they look the same as every other thing, And so there's the argument of, here's like, let's say a Spanish villa style should be heritage listed house in, say, Hawthorne on a massive block. No doubt it's going to be bulldozed because like when they advertise to sell it, they're basically in the first slide of its advertisement, it's just indicating how big the block is and its potential for development. So people are like trying to take photos of these houses before they get knocked down because it's part of history and blah 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 blah. I was driving along and I had that in my head. Like I was looking at like some of these like. I love driving around Melbourne, man. I love seeing like the different suburbs and different types of houses, la la la. And I was driving around, and I was looking at all these old style houses, and then you'd see a few of the McMansions sort of popping up in between them because they've been levelled out, knocked out. Clayton's a lot like that now too. A lot of the older style houses are gone. They're just putting up developments, yeah?
Yeah.
At what point, like, I like nostalgia. I like old architecture. I can appreciate that sort of shit. And at the same time, I can appreciate like an apartment block going up because it's going to provide cheaper housing for a good 300 people as opposed to 5 people with the surname Bodley and Smith on one block.
Yeah.
So at what point? And like you look at the old style houses. Well, they were the new style houses for like 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
And eventually, a new house comes along. So where's the cutoff? Like, how do you actually monitor that? Do you guys actually give a shit
I'm sure,
about
like,
that?
the 40s weatherboard people, like, then grew into, like, a 60s red brick, and then they're like, 40s weatherboard. Yeah, right. And we do the same thing now, I guess, but I don't really
do you guys
care.
actually aware of it? Like, does it bother you?
I'm aware of it only because I work in real estate.
Okay, what about you? What?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Of what? Knocking down?
Yeah.
Like, I just think about it. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely.
So one way that they get around it is heritage listing shit, right?
What are the qualifications for
I don't know. He's the real estate guy.
The front can't change, so just the facade. The facade can't change.
No, but what makes a house heritage list? Or what makes it allowed to be
it's
heritage?
Something into... I can't remember
Is it how long it's been there?
No, it's something to do with the council.
Oh.
The council lists it as heritage for a reason of the original look. And if it follows the guidelines of the original look, you can't change certain features.
I thought you can't touch it at all.
No, you can. So, like, if you have windows and you want to change the frames of the windows, if those aren't heritage, you can change that. But, like, your roof, usually they'll have, like, a pattern, whereas normally we just have a gutter. Yeah. They have, like, usually they have a pattern, right? If you ever noticed it, they'll have, like, a stone pattern or something like that.
Yeah, it's been carved into the actual,
You can't change that. You can't touch that. The steps you can't change. The door frames you can't change. The door you can change. So you can change certain things, but the council will list it as specifics for heritage. So,
I don't know. The way I see it, they'll probably only heritage list stuff the closer it is to the city. The further you go out, they'll probably, because they're going to probably look to expand them, probably just, you might have one or two here and there, but a lot of it will probably be more in the city.
I thought they would abolish it in the city just to make way for more apartments.
Well, that's the whole hoo-ha, isn't it?
Just build around them.
Well, it's like I remember Hawkesbury, Camberwell, like off that sort of way.
That area
Burke Road
would have a lot, wouldn't it?
Burke Road.
Yeah.
I hadn't gone up that way in like ages, and then I found myself up there like near Christmas Day around there, and I just remember looking around, and I was on the phone at the time. I think I was talking to my mate in America, and I remember we were just talking about Christmas, New Year's, we were just catching up, and I was like, Jesus, like fuck. He's like, what's wrong? I go, man, I'm driving through this area I haven't been in a while. The upper market area, the blocks are massive, and there were like all these old style villas and shit, and now they've just been demolished and they've put up these massive fucking like gargantuan houses, like huge.
Yeah.
They build them like literally to the curb, man.
Yeah. I'm noticing that a lot too.
It's like Sims.
Yeah.
Like they literally build the walls to the curb and the fence line.
I don't like it. It's weird. I don't know.
Apartment complexes, they drop the value of the area.
Yeah,
They do.
generally.
It's just more people.
Yeah. I think it depends on the
Well, no,
area.
look, it depends on the type of apartment as well.
That's true.
You know,
High density, low
you
density.
build a 3-bedroom, you know, but the rooms are massive. You
Yeah.
know, if you've got a building. I was in where was I today? Elstonwick. Yeah, and I was talking to a dude outside of a building. I think it was like 4 apartments, but they looked like 2 big townhouses, and they were like 3 level.
Oh, yeah, I've
Do you
seen
know what I
those.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And an underground car park.
Yeah.
It's more like something Bruce Wayne would own, like in the inner city.
yeah.
You know? So, I mean, would that put the value up or down?
Yeah.
Can't compare it to like a 2-bedder out in Noble Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think about that a lot, about the heritage listed buildings and all that sort of shit. At what point do we actually cut that off, the nostalgia thing, and allow it to keep progressing? I don't know. Like, it's sad, but everywhere had old places before they got to
I
where
don't
they
see
are.
the purpose of it, to be honest. I don't see the purpose of keeping heritage as a thing. If you buy a house, you should be able to do whatever you want with it. But
I'm sure they would have a forewarning before you buy, like this is heritage.
well, the agents tell you that.
Yeah.
But I just think that if I was going to buy a house,
Didn't someone buy a heritage listed place like 2 years ago, and then they tore it all down, and it came out like 6 months ago, or not 6, just before COVID started. Like the council found out, and they said you have to rebuild it,
yeah, you would have to. I think that's
and they had to pay like I don't know how many.
they have to
like
take
millions or
all the
whatever
costs.
it was.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because you just can't. I mean, I'm surprised the guy didn't go to jail. To be honest with you, they're really serious about that shit.
Oh yeah.
As in,
Heritage.
if you fuck with the heritage,
yeah, they are super serious about it. Like that was one thing we always had to be very strict on, and letting people know when we dealt with heritage. I remember one in Bentley was like super the deceased estate. And they, the council actually came down and talked to us, and they're like, this is heritage, can't be touched, very important, you got to drill that fact home. So, I don't know.
So what do these houses go for? Like, say, the one in Bentley?
I think that was a 1.5, and it was a 2-bedroom shitter, like real shitter.
Does that add like a whole
Disgusting.
bunch of money onto it if it's heritage? Like the value of it?
I don't
Does it
think
increase
so.
the value?
I don't think so. I don't remember adding value for heritage.
So, like, that's the thing. You can't touch the facade in the front, right?
Mhm.
But you can gut the interior and do whatever you
You can
want.
gut the interior, you can do like the roof, as long as the roof isn't visible from the street. So the tiles and stuff.
So you can't go up.
No.
We're going to buy this in thought for our family, our
No.
6 kids that we plan on having.
Unless if
Oh,
it's,
no.
If it's a 2-bedroom house.
if it's visible from the street, you can't touch it. You can do the back and stuff like that.
So you could have this massive block, like in Melbourne, with an absolute shitter.
Yeah.
You can't build anything behind it, like a whole new little house or something?
Yeah, you can do like a separate. Yeah.
It'd have to be separate,
But
though.
then that would be other issues, because if it's going to be that big, the council wouldn't let you do that anyway. They'd say, no, you're looking down into people's yards now, and it's too big, and yeah.
So you're doomed to have this
Yeah.
one level.
Yes. Yep.
What's the point? To protect the facade?
That's what I'm saying.
If the government wants to protect the facade, why don't they just gut the house and move it to like an island? But Heritage
you just
Island.
answered your own question.
I just don't see the point of it, really. I just don't get it.
I mean, they're nice looking places a lot of the time. Like, that design just doesn't exist anymore.
But if they want to design it that way, they can.
But
though.
they
They
don't.
just
That's
don't-
what I mean. Like, everything now just looks like a box.
I'm sure we had straw huts at some point,
But
too.
it's like a car.
Yeah, they're heritage listed too.
Once a car gets too old
Yeah.
for emissions and shit,
Yeah.
they force it off the road.
Yeah. And even now they're pushing an incentive. I think they said the other day, I don't know if you guys saw, that they're going to try what Japan did, which was give people money basically to update their car.
I was going to say,
I'll take some money.
Japan has been doing that emission shit
Yeah.
for 2 decades, man.
Yeah.
There are no shitters there. They import them here and sell them
Yeah.
to us. That's why I got my car.
Yeah. Yeah.
My car had 70,000 Ks on it when I bought it. I'm thinking, sweet, brand new car.
Yeah.
The Japanese are looking at it like, man, what's this relic?
Disgusting.
Yeah, my grandfather had that in World War II.
It's actually a taxi. It's been on the road for like 12 years.
Literally.
Yeah.
74,000 Ks to the Japanese is like, this is a rubbish
Yeah.
bill. Like,
Yeah.
only a loser would
I
drive
bought my
this car.
car on the same, about 70. Yeah,
Really?
they always ditch them at 70, yeah.
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 And you think the Australian government's going to do that? They're actually talking
That's
about
what
it?
they're talking about, yeah.
I don't buy it.
Similar. I doubt, I think Japan gives you something like $4,000 in Australian dollars. I doubt they'd give you that much. There's no way.
Japan gives you $4,000.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You don't see a bad car in Japan. You really don't. They're all clean. They're all new. They're all like smart little cars. You know, they're boxy. You know, they're all pretty generic.
Would you? Okay, well, it's sort of answering my own question. I was going to say, like, you're talking about progress, right? We don't own, like, we don't make Fords or Holdens here anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, the big commos and the shit that we grew up with, the guzzlers.
You can still get them, but you're paying more for them now.
Where are you getting them from, though? They're coming from...
They're still dealerships.
No, but where are they being made?
No, but he means being made.
They're not made
They're not here, from overseas.
Yeah.
In Europe.
They're making Australian...
Who makes Holden's part
GM.
of GM?
GM
So they come from... Yeah.
Yeah. So Europeans are making the big Australian, commos, and they're shipping them here.
Yeah.
At what point do you reckon that's going to cut out, and we're going to go the way of Europe, where they drive little,
It's hard to say because we've got large... we're not as high density as Europe.
But that's the thing. Like, it'll catch up.
It will eventually, but that could still be another 200, 300, 400 years.
You reckon take that long?
It could.
Hang on, wait.
It could not.
Ooh, I don't know. That
You're saying to get to, say, the density of, like, Athens or Rome, like, where it's all apartment buildings and shit like that, you're saying it's not going to be for another 200 years?
Maybe. We've only got a population of 20 million.
We're pushing it already.
We've only got a population of 20 million.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
Whatever it is.
This is the difference with Italy and Rome, Italy and Greece, yeah?
They've settled the entire country.
Can you let me finish talking?
No.
I'm not allowed to talk.
No.
He's scared that you're going to, like, just ask him something and be like, now I've got to think about the answer.
Yeah.
No, let me think. I've got this all planned.
It's not on my list.
It's not on my list.
This is what you're not actually considering.
Okay.
Right, so just calm down, okay? A lot of the apartment buildings in, say, Athens, I'm going to use Athens as an example, so I'm not going to hang it on the Italians, all right?
You can, no, I don't care.
They're really just
They
poor
built on
man's
a
Greek.
volcano, man.
So the Greeks, what
Well, there you go.
Dude, it's just a crater.
They didn't learn anything from the first one that went up.
up.
It's a crater, man. You see
It won't happen again.
It won't happen again. They're right on the tip. There's what a view, huh? Let's see all of Naples.
It's like you go back through the yearbooks and there's like just dates totally wiped out. It's like,
What happened here? I lost the book that year.
hey man, did you see what happened to Michael the other day? Don't worry about it. He was an idiot. He didn't build it on the left. Like
Build it on the other side. Didn't get enough sun.
Greeks are so stupid, man. It's literally a matter of like, hey man, don't do that. Don't you remember what happened to your cousin? He was a fuckwit. Don't worry about it. No. Seriously. When you look at say Greece and Italy's the same. I know this for a fact in the city, right? The density. Yeah. Those buildings are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old. Some of them. The apartment blocks. They just pass them on from, gopher to gopher. Every generation just stays in the same building. Even if they lease them out, they don't actually overhaul the building. Very rare to go down like downtown Athens and see a building that's been overhauled like entirely.
Yeah.
Like leveled to the ground, built up again. They started doing it a bit now because of the recession and it was cheap. But man, my cousins, like I'm thinking of all my cousins and relos in Athens, most of their shit is, been passed down 2 generations at least. Here, all the apartments going up are built properly, like generally.
Yeah.
The standard that we're building them at is a lot better. They're modern, and they're built to withstand, another 100 years.
Modern right now.
Whereas the Greek elevators are literally fucking breaking apart. Like the smell of ash. Nah, dude, I feel unsafe every time I used to go in them, man. They're bad. But that's what I'm, dude, Italian airport, the Leonardo da Vinci airport, whatever it's called, when I first got to Rome, it was 10 o'clock at night, trying to get out of the building, trying to get into a train. Every lift I was trying to get into was out of order. Every single one.
Yeah.
Where am I?
I mean, who's held accountable? There's no one.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just no accountability put back.
No, that's
probably.
right,
No.
These days, you just get sued and then that's it. You're finished.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm on your...
I don't think they're what's the word, when they sue, what's the word? Litigious. They're not litigious in Europe as they are.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
As they might be here.
Yeah.
No, they just...
Or as
they write it
accountable
off.
as you're saying.
They write it off. It's like, don't ever let me catch you in the street.
Yeah.
And then there's just...
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm like, all right, your mum. Okay, mad. Nah, I'm on his team, though. I reckon Australia's going to get developed and re-urbanised a lot quicker than 200 years.
Yeah.
A lot quicker.
I mean, they already had a crack at it, right? They just declined the biggest building contractor
Yeah.
from getting bought out by China.
Yeah.
That would have been it. That would have pushed what we're talking about right now in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
They would have demolished everything.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, they would have put up apartments everywhere and brought in as many people as they can.
Look at M City. Look at M City in the Clayton.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you remember what was there?
That was all like the shops.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember going there as a kid once, and like my old man had a trailer with him because we were buying a couch or a bed or something like that. And I'll never forget it because we got there, and in the end, I don't think we bought anything because we couldn't find anything. It was like dirt mall, man. Like,
it was
7, 8 different like lounge suite setting joints, like all that sort of crap.
Yeah.
But laid empty for 5 years. They not leveled everything, and then one of the biggest hubs outside of the CBD.
Yeah.
Literally the biggest hub. And what's in there, man? Hotels, apartments.
You're just hoping they are being rented or somebody owns them because, like with Docklands, when they built that one, like same thing, it's self-sustaining and everything, and the DFO that was there, not DFO, the boutiques that were there, the shops, they were forced to re-market themselves as like discount.
Yep.
Because it flopped, because no one was going there, because every single property apartment that was bought wasn't being lived in. They were renting it, and they were up for lease or for rent, and no one was renting them.
Yeah, but that was Docklands. I don't think Melbourne was ready for that yet. When that happened, that was 2004 when that happened. Yeah. So that was 16, nearly 17 years ago.
You just hope the same thing doesn't happen. That's all.
Well, no, but like the property growth in the southeast is completely different. Say the one thing in Docklands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think it's going faster, if anything. I think it's literally snowballing.
You're going to need a very, very large population influx to get to that point. No, because don't forget, like, all of Europe can fit just in Australia.
Yeah.
All right? And I don't know what the population of all of Europe is, but...
but let's be honest, like, Victoria, Queensland...
Australia's a big country,
New South Wales,
to get to that...
take up the majority.
To get to the point where...
741.4 million.
You're going to need larger cars if you're going to be driving in like, further into the country.
Yeah.
But if in the cities, they might...
But our roads are already pretty small compared to... America and Europe and...
But like maybe in the cities, they'll probably will, have to go for the smaller cars.
Yeah.
I always laugh like when I see a Ferrari or a Lambo just driving down like Centre Road, just through Bentley, you can tell the car just wants to go
40Ks,
and he's like,
he's just stuck in like first,
stuck in first, he's dragging his balls on the ground.
He does the occasional like tap on the exhaust.
And then the old bag walking past has a heart attack.
Okay, here you go.
The ambulance gets there first before they leave the strip.
All right. Australia is 7.692 million square kilometres.
Okay.
With a population of, what have we got, like 22 million or something?
22, something like that. Yeah.
Europe is a population of 741.4 million and a square of 10.18. So it's comparative, man. Like, Australia is not that much smaller than all of Europe.
Yeah.
But the population is 60 billion fold.
So the potential's there, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember reading something a while ago where they were saying basically the entire world's population could fit in Texas and everybody would have an acre.
An acre?
Yeah.
But Texas, how big's Texas?
Massive. But I'm just saying that.
Hang on.
Like, that's just something I remember reading once.
I think I remember something like that as well. Texas is massive. Like, really massive.
Dude, it's 700,000 square kilometres. Not that big.
I don't know. I'm just saying this is something.
Well, no, like it's big, but like compared to what?
I think they're just trying to prove a point that you can put a block of land for everyone in that area.
You couldn't. You literally couldn't. It's a big state. I'm not saying it's not a big state, but at the same time, that just falls into the everything bigger in Texas. The bullshit that everything.
Oh, it wasn't like any of an American thing. It was just something they were talking about as an example.
I remember someone saying
just as an example to say, like, it's a bit. If we had to, there's enough land for everybody. It's not that it's not that big a deal, but yeah.
Yeah, but then what's it called? George Carlin made that call in '92 when he said, if you eliminate all the golf courses in America, you could literally build two islands the size of Delaware and Idaho or whatever it is.
Well, look how many golf courses there are in this area.
Oh, dude, this is a joke.
They're all private?
Considering...
Yeah, they're all private.
I love how it used to be a low social economic area, but all the private golf courses are like all in this area too.
Yeah.
There's more here, I think, than anywhere else in Melbourne, I think.
Golf courses?
There's so many within a couple k's of each other.
Yeah. I mean, if you start, like, say, on Centre Road, yeah?
It's heaps.
Let's start on Centre Road. You've got the one that backs onto South Oakley, Centre Road and Warrigal Road.
Oh, yeah.
Where the old Vic Roads used to be.
Yeah.
Got that one there? What's that one called? That's,
I don't know the names.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got Huntingdale. You got the one
Huntingdale,
at the back, South Oakley.
just up the road.
There's the one across the road from South Oakley. There's another one off. There's the one in Dingley. There's the one in...
Down Warrigal Road, next to Bentley. Like,
just in Oakley,
South Road.
just in Oakley, there's like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. And then when you get to the other side of Bentley, then you go further down towards Beaumaris and then you got like Royal Beaumaris, and you got the fucking Cheltenham.
Even Cheltenham.
Cheltenham.
Dude, when I was living in Cheltenham, I had a neighbour, right? Really old guy. Amazed he was moving. He used to play golf, yeah?
Amazed he was moving.
And every time we went...
Well, it should have been a mausoleum,
mausoleum. He was up there. But he played golf, and that was what I was amazed, that he drove and played golf. Like, he'd drive himself, he had the walker and everything, and foldable, and it was all expensive because he's living in Cheltenham. And I said to him one day, I'm like, maybe I'll come play golf with you. And he's like, no, he's a nice guy. I don't think he meant bad by it, but he's like, nah, it's private. It's a private course. And I'm like, all right, have a good day, bud.
You were probably in your jocks at the time with a Hello Kitty t-shirt.
I was in a wife beater underwear, taking out the rubbish.
I'll come and play golf.
I don't like your car around here.
No, but it is. It's not lying. It's the truth.
There were so many though. Like it was just I mean, like, even Cheltenham just had so many. It was crazy.
Do you reckon? Okay.
On the same road.
Question: how many in, say, our generation, like, say, your mates, right? How many of them play golf? I know you do.
One. I got one.
One mate.
Yeah.
And you.
I've got a few mates that play golf.
I think you're like the one mate that I know that plays golf.
I've got, hold on. I can at least count at least minimum 10 to 15.
Do you think these golf courses are going to be able to sustain themselves moving forward?
Yep.
Just based on the fact that there's money?
Yep.
Do you reckon they can just pump fees up?
Just because, look, I'm just saying, there's new people playing golf every day. You go to Oakley, and it's a little pissy 9 course, like, it's a nice course. It's 9 holes. Almost every hole is a 3 par. There's got, I think, 2 that are 4.
Are you trying to say that every hole's a goal?
Yes, every hole has a goal.
Let him finish, man.
And the place is packed to the arse. They charge you $20 to $25 a round.
Is it a round?
Yeah, of 9. Yeah.
I thought it was entry.
No.
You just stay there all day.
So if you want to play,
sleep in the fairway.
So there's 9 hole courses and 18 hole courses. All right?
Yeah.
The 9 holes usually about between 18 and 25. And if you want to play another 9, you can just play the same 9 again. Yeah. And they'll give it to you at a little bit cheaper rate. They might charge you, for 18, it might be like 35, 36 for all 18.
Yeah.
But if you go to the big ass ones at a full 18, you can be paying anywhere from just starting 9 can be probably from about $30.
I'm assuming that's per person we're talking.
Yeah, per person. $30 to, if you're doing 18, could be up to, I mean, it depends as well how expensive they are. Some places just for 9, you're paying $100.
Okay, let me ask you a question though. How long does it take around a golf, like, say, 9 holes?
Depending on average.
I'm not saying not saying you're Adam Sandler, like literally smashing him down the fairway.
All right, so when me and Dean play, we normally play
What's your handicap?
Around
300 par.
When we play 9 holes, probably about 2 hours. 2 to 2.5.
Okay.
Depending on how many, if
the way I see
so that's one round we're saying.
That's just 9 holes.
Okay. This is what
you could probably do it quicker, but
this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. 9 holes, 2 hours, $30 a head.
Yeah.
Right? That's nothing. That is cheap.
Yeah, for 2 hours.
Do you know what it costs to play bowling? I went bowling the other day for the first time in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
You're paying like $20-$30 like a head. Yeah? For how many frames is it?
10.
I haven't
10 frames. Yeah? Yeah, fast bowling goes. Like, let's say it's me and you playing bowling.
Yeah.
Dude, half an hour, not even.
Yeah.
And you're stuck in a sweaty.
How much do you say?
It was $24, I think, $28, somewhere there.
You pay more for the food, the hot dog you'll get.
Dude, yeah, forget it. You buy napkins and they're 40 cents a ply.
I suppose they've probably got more expenditures too. I mean, some of the places we play at have mini golf there too, so they probably make up a lot of money there as well.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the golf courses, they just got to pay for a bit of water for like an hour of the day, and that's it. And the sprinklers.
Speaking of mini golf, like, there's ads on Spotify now for mini golf. I'm like, what? It's so strange.
What?
Yeah, Holy Moly, it's called. Got like a Crocodile Dundee head or something.
Oh, isn't that
a show? That's a show
coming up.
No, it's at the
That's
best
a
golf
show.
course.
No, that's a golf show coming up.
It's a golf show?
Yeah, that guy from all the Will
It's
Ferrell
like
movies
mini
and
golf meets like those, you know, those like those dodge 'em shows, like where you got to run and dodge stuff as you're playing.
Oh,
like Takashi's Castle,
yeah,
but with
yeah,
mini
yeah.
golf.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if you'd know it.
I know it very well.
Why would
I've
it
seen
not
every-
MXR?
I've seen every episode.
Is it MXR? MXC.
I don't know.
MXC.
I just remember Takashi's Castle.
Yeah.
was the first one.
Talking about mini golf, the place in Rosebud shut down.
Which one?
You remember the
I
mini
knew that.
golf?
On the main
Yeah,
road.
it's shut down. It's for sale.
Damn.
No one's there. It's for lease.
Should we put in?
So, yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'm bringing it back.
Bring it back.
No, just to play casually.
We're going to drive to Rosebud to play mini golf once a month.
I used to like that place.
Yeah, that was good.
That's
down,
an
yeah.
institution. Dude, the golf thing, not the golf thing, I went to, it used to be AMF, you know, in Clayton, or opposite M City. Yeah. It's across the road. I was there, right? That place is fried, man. The amount that, you know what makes me laugh? You know, the ticket machines where you get tickets and shit like that? There was, like, it doesn't add up, right? The toys you could buy for about $4 off eBay. Yeah. People are killing themselves, like pumping coins into to like win tickets to win the toy. I was walking around just sussing out like what prizes there were. I didn't have any tickets. I was just looking to see what was there. There's this guy like in the group of friends. They're probably like 18, 17. Like they were young, but like they were at that coming of age. Yeah. This guy, man, he was like a foot taller than me, just overweight. Like he was like. What's the word? Rotund. Yeah, like bad. He was wearing.
He was curvy.
He was wearing that Pollo Hermano t-shirt, you know, from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He was wearing one of them, right? And I only noticed him after I heard him lose it because I was just standing there looking at my phone, and I don't know what I was looking at, and all I heard was like. 70,000 tickets for a tournament run. That's fucking bullshit. I just looked up at the dude. Dude, they were going nuts. Like
70,000 tickets.
Whatever it was, like whatever, like he was just losing his shit.
Yeah.
Like losing it. I'm like, relax, man. Dude, the bowling scene is a scene in itself, man. Depending on what night you go, I'd gone on like a Sunday or a Saturday. I can't remember what day it was. There was a dude next to me. He looked exactly like Donald Trump Jr. When I mean exactly. But he was going like full ball. Like he had his socks pulled up to his like shins, and he was wearing like a business shirt with like khakis, had like the hair, and he was doing like Hail Mary like throws. Like he was lifting his arm above his head and like launching it down the fucking like what's this cunt doing? And he wasn't hitting anything.
Oh, I was going to say, was he landing the shots?
Like sometimes he got a strike and he'd give himself a nod, and then he'd like gutter it.
Dude, if I was you, I would be like looking around for a camera. I'd be like, "This, I'm on the show. I'm not."
It was insane. Then after they left, these young like they were Arab kids, right? Like they must have been Lebanon. They were speaking Arab, so you know.
What do you have to sing about the race?
I'm not, because that's what they were. They all had, half of them had Muslims. One guy's name on the screen was Bags. Like literally Bags. B-A-G-Z.
Dude,
I'm serious.
Mustech is under that.
Yeah, there was like a Bags. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And they looked exactly as you imagine, right? Adidas and black t-shirts and shit. Yeah. One dude was fucking, like, he was a big boy. He was wide as fuck, tall. He was palming like a proper bowling ball. He couldn't bowl it, but I'm guessing his fingers didn't fit into the ball.
Yeah.
He was holding it, and he was fucking launching it like a gladiator, just straight down. You could hear it go gong on the fucking wood, like just...
Oh, man.
It was bad, man.
Did he land any shots?
Nah.
He just disconnected.
He's got
I'm going to start a tournament at this place, man.
Where are you going? Whereabouts is
Clayton, man.
Oh, Clayton.
He'd gutter everything, but then when he'd actually hit something, he'd just destroy. I thought the pins were going to break in half, man. I'm telling you. Then you had the professionals with the gloves, you know what I mean? League night sort of heads.
Sort of sniff the finger along the... Is it a clean glove? Yeah, it is.
Dude, it's a joke, man. But
Pull out a Vaseline.
Look at bowling, right? Do you reckon bowling is going to be a thing in 20 years?
Probably not.
I mean, it's hard to say.
There was a resurgence when the bumper bowling came in.
I don't know. I don't go bowling often. I think I've maybe been there once in the last 10 years.
I think you are for bowling. You'd fit perfectly.
No, I don't like it. Oh, I don't mind it.
No.
I don't like...
When I mean, like, the actual sport itself, like, as in at the ring, if we went to an alley, I reckon you would take the piss the most.
I picture him as the first guy you said with the socks pulled up.
Yeah. But I can picture him having his hot dogs and his nachos and, like, a drink.
Yeah.
And then just it's your perfect sport because it's literally... You take your time. Like, you don't rush through. Bowling, you got to take your time, right? And I did all right. Like, as in, the first game...
No one asked.
Hey, the first game, I was just stuffing around, but then the last 5 frames, it was literally like, strike, spare, and then my last frame was strike, spare. I just dropped mic, like, yeah, see you later, mate. It was the best, right? Then we put the bumpers up and I got destroyed. You would actually be good at it, because it's a very slow-paced thing, and it's very, you need finesse on everything, and you taunt
the finesse,
and you're all about taunting as well.
Do you know what my experience is in the last? I think it's 15 years, probably more, of bowling is. Do you know what it is? Tekken bowling.
It's Tekken bowling.
You never played Tekken?
No, I've played Tekken. I know what's Tekken bowling.
There was a bowling mini game in Tekken.
What?
You never knew this?
No.
There's a bowling mini game.
What? Do you use like martial law?
Yeah, you use all the characters.
And didn't you kick it or punch it? No.
Yeah, they all have like a different style of bowling. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the closest thing I've done in like 15 years.
Hang on, I'm confused though. Each player has different characteristics?
Slightly. Yeah.
So what's the point of it?
Like Kuma will, he's got really high strength or whatever, and it hits harder than everything else. So you got to watch your power gauge and all that. So you got to
Google it.
Do what?
Tekken bowling.
Tekken bowling. Yeah.
It sounds familiar, but
I can't remember which Tekken it is. Could be 2, 3.
Tekken bowling is a side game in Tekken series. First appeared in Tekken Tag, Tekken 5, and Tekken 7.
Must be Tag.
People still play Tekken?
I have no idea.
Not really.
It's still going though, right?
Yeah.
I think it's up to 8.
No, I think they released one and then they just kind of support it and that's it.
Are you sure?
I think they released new... I don't know. I honestly don't know.
No.
All I know is like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Tekken 7 is out. Like, that's been out for 3 years. But Tekken 8, there's been no official announcement.
Because I know that they release characters like Mortal Kombat in Tekken 7. Like, they periodically release a new character.
Really?
Soul Calibur made a comeback.
Yeah, Soul Calibur made a comeback.
Soul Calibur, I was looking at videos of it the other day.
Street Fighter.
Soul Blade was one of the best games of all time, man. Soul Blade. It was before Soul Calibur.
Yeah, because Soul Calibur was the continuation of it.
Yeah.
I think it was different developers or something.
Yeah.
Similar characters, I think.
Yeah.
Can't remember. That whole type of game that was the best. It had the isometric ring.
Yeah, the ring, yeah.
You had the weapons. You could still use combos.
Yeah. It was a good game.
It was.
You know what was really good? I don't know if you guys ever played it, and I can't remember the name, but it was this weird fighting game with like midgets and like a doctor with a hanging mouth and a scalpel and...
Oh, you're talking about, it's like it looked a lot like, Def Jam's,
Yeah,
hang on.
Did you ever play the Def Jam games?
No.
I did one.
But the one you're talking about was banned.
It was banned, yeah.
Yeah. I've played that game. I had
that
Thrill Kill.
Thrill Kill!
Was that Thrill Kill.
Yeah. That's it!
That was like the Mortal Kombat, like...
Yeah, but it was isometric.
Yeah, it was isometric.
And it was brutal. Dude, Belladonna was a character in that.
Belladonna was a character.
Yeah. Dude, I had like a burnt version of it, like
same.
that had come in.
Yeah, the NTSC sort of style.
Yeah. That was a great game. I started watching. I was watching Soul Calibur videos for some reason the other day. She's got Cervantes, that pirate dude. Yeah. I was watching videos of that, and I was watching videos of Road Rash 3D.
Oh yeah.
Remember the original Road Rash? The 3D Road Rash to me was one of the best games of all time.
It was really good.
Yeah,
very good game.
I'll put it up there.
How about that one that you sent me?
Which one?
I always forget its name. The one with your guy with the cards.
The cards?
Yeah.
Oh, I always forget the name of that game.
Ooh.
And then it comes back to me because I look at it.
Because it was done like a TV show each time you fought something. Yeah, it was really good.
Killzone.
Oh, Killzone.
You ever played it?
No, not Killzone. Killzone's a shooter.
Killzone's a shooter game.
Killzone or Kill something? It was a fighting game, but it was basically done like a soap. Like each fight would have like a prequel and a pre and post video. next week catch blah 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 blah. He bought it from Rosebud for cheap on like a PS2.
Yeah.
PS1.
No, it was a PS2 game.
Was it PS2? I honestly can't remember.
I think it was a PS2 game, man. But I didn't even know what it was. Like, oh, you got to play this, you got to play this. There's only one character I picked, and it was this guy who was like into the dark arts, and he had like playing cards, and he's just like a martial artist sort of kickboxing dude. Yeah, like a Gambit, but like an Asian version of a Gambit.
Okay, yeah.
It was like a soap opera,
like a Bruce Lee Gambit.
Yeah, but he hated him, man, because like all the moves, he had real good combinations of entrapment moves and distance moves and combo moves. He couldn't stand it. I'd kick the shit out of him every time.
Sounds like kind of like what WWE's become now.
What do you mean?
It's like a soap.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I haven't watched the WWE thing in forever.
Same. I've seen the little clips, and it seems like a soap opera.
They've got no talent left.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, everyone leaves.
Yeah, but like there's...
But I mean, they're pushing relationships.
By going very mainstream, they shoehorn themselves in. By then, it has to be acceptable for family friendly. Even though it was fine before, kids used to watch it all the time. So by making it too family friendly, it's become PG, and they've like stuffed them. They've shot themselves in the foot because they have to keep that PG rating. They can't have storylines that are too raunchy.
The scariest thing I saw was Mankind. You know, like that was the scariest thing.
Not raunchy, but they just can't have like edgy stories anymore.
Yeah, it's super basic.
Yeah, it's
basic bitch.
But the edgy stories were essentially the same every week.
Yeah, but they could have more like even the characters could be a bit more like edgy, like a Brood. Remember the Brood? You can't do that now. They wouldn't do that. The Brood. Remember the Brood?
No, who were the Brood?
That was Gangrel.
Oh, yeah.
Christian, Edge.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that now.
Oh, you're ready. Yeah. You think you know me.
Man, they had good intros.
I had a guy at work used to come up to me just out of nowhere. You think you know me.
Now it's just like dude's name and that's it. Some fancy song that's, whatever, and that's it.
Yeah, but they're using real names. It's like
but I get
Joseph Smith. It's like
Joseph Stalin. Yeah, I get that, but then like it was still good having characters that had gimmicks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Gimmicks were good.
Now they don't have like
having
personas.
Plumber Man versus Funeral Parlour Man wasn't the best, but like gimmicks of like
Funeral Parlour Man.
There was nothing I liked more than The Undertaker versus Goldust.
Yeah,
that's a persona. That's a something to look forward to. That's entertainment. This is just like some dudes in a overall that are like just
because they've got no personality.
Yeah,
they're not allowed to have personalities anymore.
Yeah, it's just exactly.
Because dude, even The Rock, you got to remember, The Rock when he first started wrestling, it was Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
right. And then he was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
Then there was Rocky. Yeah. Then Rocky Maivia, and then eventually The Rock.
Yeah.
But he had his personality. Like, there are no other Rocks. You know what I mean?
No, and there never will be, I don't think.
I'm just thinking of Bret Hart. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Bret Hart was a gun technical wrestler.
I still he's still my favourite to this day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know he's partially Greek?
Is he?
He's part Greek, and I used to say it all the time. You know when he had the long hair with the curls? What a wog, man, with the leather jacket. You know what I mean?
And Bret Hart in like was it Attitude Era?
Nah, before that.
Yeah, it was before. It was just as he crossed over before he went into WCW, like that when he was world champion period.
95, 96.
Yeah, like that period, like that is golden age Bret Hart, like just when he was, the Hart Foundation, everything.
Yeah.
That was just gold.
Who are your favourite wrestlers?
Mine?
Yeah.
Bret Hart?
Yeah.
Obviously. Disco Inferno?
Ooh.
He never won a match, but I just loved him when he came
good
out.
Character, yeah.
Like, I don't care if they didn't win. I just wanted to beat the team. And it was just a character. Mankind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as Mankind or
no, as Mankind.
Okay.
As Mankind. Who else? Triple H?
Yeah, you had to say Triple H.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah. His custom character, right? We've had the same custom characters like our entire times, right?
Yeah.
His custom character was essentially just a clone of Triple H.
No. Okay. Triple H was a clone of April. Okay, let's get that right. Okay, he was a clone. He was around before that.
Yeah, Vince McMahon hacked into his PS2.
Well, I don't know. Who knows the resources that are available to WWE?
Yeah. Okay, so Triple H, Bret Hart, and Disco Inferno. Disco Inferno
was he was good for entertainment value. My favorite, Bret Hart, Triple H, probably Test. Test was all right.
Oh yeah.
Big Show was pretty good. Nash, Scott Hall.
Man, I did like Nash a lot.
Didn't
Didn't he go by another name?
Sting?
What was his other name?
Diesel.
Sting.
He was Diesel, when he
that's
was in
it, yeah.
WWF.
Black and White Sting, when he was Crow Sting, he was good.
Gross thing was good.
We're talking about ancient history right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, right? No one will ever know these names.
I've got these photos still. I
They
had
bring
bought the...
Dude, I've got freaking Hulk Hogan tattooed on my arm with the NWO logo.
Yeah, but sure that's not worth anything.
Maybe if you got maybe if it came with the arm.
Just cut it off.
What do you mean? No, you know what, man? Hogan wasn't my favourite wrestler. Like, growing up, he wasn't my favourite wrestler. Even, like, during the Attitude Era or whatever.
His favourite wrestler was
Oh, here we go.
American Dream Undertaker.
Oh, wow.
That was his most hated.
Rocking it, yeah?
He's here.
Rolling. Come on! That was the worst thing. Look,
Yeah, that was a strange...
I give him credit for reinventing him as something, and he did succeed as the
Yeah.
American badass.
Well, yeah,
whatever.
I mean, yeah.
Like, the last ride, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did... He survived an era... Like, I mean,
He's an actual entertainer, that guy.
yeah,
The
how
guy's-
old was he when that happened? Like, when he did the whole... the dead man, whatever.
Well, that
be
was
40?
that would have been what, in 2000?
Yeah?
He'd be 40, right?
2000, 2001?
40?
He's late 50s
He was like
now, isn't he?
50 in the 80s, man.
No, he's
No,
late
no,
50s
he's
now.
Hang on.
Kane was really good before he started talking.
Yeah, the worst thing they could do to him was cut his hair and then make him...
Unlike-
Once they
him.
cut his hair,
The mistake
Once
pretty
they
much.
unmasked him.
pretty much when they did that storyline with Lita, where he...
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that
Had a-
storyline?
yeah.
He's got my demon baby. I'm having his demon baby.
I think that was the stepping stone into soap.
That was jumping the shark.
That was like a stepping stone into like some weird relationship WWF style.
Jeff Hardy was pretty good.
Jeff Hardy was really good.
Don't forget, Kane was a world champion, one time world champion. And then once he lost it, then you kind of like, they didn't utilize him good, they just kept like Intercontinental and stuff like that. He is...
I mean, like Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior.
Macho
were
Man,
just
yeah.
such-
Macho Man.
Yeah.
Just such an inspiration for my
Macho Man is the best,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like, he was just on coke the entire
The entire
time, man.
time.
The entire time. There was no, like, off switch. He was just, like...
Just the vein. I'm surprised it never popped out of his neck, that vein. I just can't believe it.
The best was when he took his sunnies off and his eyes were just, like, bugging out.
Flair was a gun, entertainer.
He was.
Like, as fighters, there's fighters that I like, but then there was the entertainers as well.
Yeah.
I love Flair as an entertainer. Eddie Guerrero was both.
I
He was
always
both.
think of Eddie Guerrero.
He was a fighter and an entertainer.
Yeah.
Benoit, for me, was a fantastic fighter.
Yeah.
He was a
He
brilliant
was.
technical wrestler.
Yeah.
He
Hands
was
down.
insane.
Once he started incorporating the diving headbutt. And
Yeah.
Well, that's what killed him.
yeah, that's right, yeah.
Literally what
Yeah.
gave him brain damage, man.
Yeah.
Angle,
Dick here.
WWE Angle.
You hated... No, okay, hang on, wait.
I hated him, but he
Wait,
was good.
I hated
Let's-
him
we're getting
too,
ahead of
yeah.
ourselves. Hang on.
That was his character.
Undertaker is 55 years old now.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So, he was born in 65. If we're talking about his...
Well, he would have only been like 18, 9, like in his 20s when, like, in the 80s.
When he was the Undertaker.
When he started.
Yeah.
That's-
So, in the year
jeez.
2000, he would have been 35.
Yeah,
He would have been our age.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he looked like he was 70.
Well,
Yeah.
But then again...
don't forget he's 7 foot.
But then again, think about it like this. Hogan would be like 70,
Yeah.
you know, if not that, and he's been wrestling forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's been wrestling since before, like, Undertaker.
And he had a reality TV show.
Did he? Oh, Hogan Knows Best or something?
Yeah.
His family and stuff.
Okay. So, hang on. All right. Let's just scale it back just for a second, all right?
Okay. He's going to say
Okay.
he didn't like Angle. Yeah.
No, I hated Angle when he first came out.
Yeah.
But then...
once he came, because he was actually a really boring character when he first came out.
That was the whole point.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he had the wrestling Olympic background.
Yeah.
Dude, his book, his autobiography is a decent read. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
I've read his book. I've read The Rock's multiple times, and I've read Mick Foley's first one. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Out of the three of them,
That's a good title, isn't it?
have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Yeah. It's good. It's got the smiley like on the face
Yeah.
on the front. Out of the three of them, they're both good to read. I think I've read Angle's the least, probably because it's the driest out of all of them, but it's still good. Yeah. As a wrestler, he was incredible, right? As a wrestler, as a physical specimen, that guy wrestled broken necks, like he was insane.
Yeah.
Would you remember, sorry, just to interrupt you quickly, there was, I remember once, I think they had something happened and he was out on the stage, and pretty much he called out, like, it was when they had first started the NXT, like, remember when they used to have the Tough Enough competition? It was a Tough Enough?
That was one of them, yeah.
And it was like all the guys training to become wrestlers, and it was like one would get eliminated.
Yep.
And he called them all out, and pretty much one of them put him in I can't remember what it was, but one of them put him in like this really dangerous neck hold or something. And like, if the guy wasn't like properly trained, if he had just turned properly, he would have killed him.
Yeah.
And he somehow just ripped him apart in the ring, destroyed him, showed him like his actual proper like Olympic wrestling.
Yeah.
And like they're just amazed still to this day that he managed to get out of that without hurting himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I don't know if it was a hold or he did a move on his leg or his back or something, let him do the first attack or whatever. And like, yeah, they can't believe he let him do that, and the guy wasn't fully properly trained.
Okay. Angle I hated because I didn't realise it until later.
Yeah.
But they had him start off as like a real milk drinking, intensity, integrity, intelligence. You know what I mean? And he was meant to be like that poster boy, that clean streak, blah, blah, blah. But then they started having him cheat and not win anymore legitimately, but still claim to be the best legitimate wrestler. And then I just realised it was just the act. Like his persona
was a really good heel.
Really good heel.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It was like the whole "you suck" chant. Like, it was his.
Yeah.
So you can't take that. Like, he was a gun. Like, he played it like to a T.
Yeah.
And he was sort of after that Attitude Era. Like, he was in between.
Yeah, that was just as it was coming to an end.
Yeah, like Cena. He held it up between Cena and the Attitude Era. He was
That's
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was Stone Cold. That was Stone Cold was coming to an end. Then it was like Brock, Stone Cold.
Stone Cold retired at like 35 or something, man, because of his injuries.
Yeah. A lot of them, like a lot of the guys in the Attitude Era, continued into it a little bit. Once they got WCW, they stayed around for a couple of years, and then a lot of the big names, they just retired or they, went into.
But then you got Goldberg coming back now.
Yeah.
Is he really?
He does a one-off fight like once a year. It's always against Lesnar or someone. And you're like,
yeah. Anyway, so my favourite wrestlers, when I was a kid, I loved The Undertaker. Like, straight out. My sister loved Hogan. I loved The Undertaker. Like, we used to watch those matches all the time. Ultimate Warrior. Like, you remember those days? Owen Hart, Bret Hart, the Hart Foundation generally. Then when Razor Ramon came out, I'm like, that's it. Razor Ramon was like the gun.
Yeah.
That was the slickest move Scott Hall ever did. Convinced McMahon, like, sent McMahon a promo of him in Razor Ramon character, just in Miami, drinking, smashing tables, like, talking shit. McMahon didn't realise it was like a take on Tony Montana.
Yeah.
Didn't know. He just thought, this guy's a genius. Like, this is perfect. Yeah. Eventually realised it, but, by that point they still had enough of the rights or whatever.
I just remember his chest.
Yeah, man, he was hairy.
He was hairy.
Oh, not really. Just hairy compared to...
No, but I mean, like...
Well, mate, probably a lot of them shaved down anyway.
He was trimmed. I'm sure he did trim.
No, I'm saying a lot of wrestlers probably shaved down.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dudley Boys!
Devon and Bubba.
And Spike.
But that's what Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah,
Attitude Era, I still
D'Lo Brown.
Best. Yeah.
Yeah? But that's the thing. Hogan, I didn't like as Hulk Hogan.
Till he went there.
When he went to NWO Black and White, he, again, reinvented himself as, like, the ultimate heel.
Yeah.
He'd been playing a babyface for 20, 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden has crossed over and become bigger. Dude, without NWO, you'd never have a wrestling even survive, like, any past the Attitude Era.
Well, I think they're still... I think the Attitude Era, like what was it, the Monday Night Wars, that, like, propelled both, and essentially in the long run, WWE, like, they came up with better storylines and they did more better.
Yeah.
And I think it propelled them really, really well, but now they've gotten to a point of complacency and just, like, big dog syndrome where they think that's it. They can do what they want.
Well, they bought everyone out.
Yeah.
Those NWO shirts and hats were like the New York... like everyone wearing one, basically. Like, everyone had one.
I saw Bischoff. Did I tell you that? 2 years ago.
I think you said that. Yeah.
And he was... I watched a few docos on TV, a few of the docos on NWO as well, and I basically said that thing was such a phenomenon. You could take a guy no one's even ever heard of, put a shirt on him, and all of a sudden he's like the biggest badass like on the planet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Jericho. Look at Jericho. He was a nobody on WCW.
Yeah.
He had his little thing that he did, like, you know, whatever he was. Once he went to the like he left them to go WWE. Mate, he took off. I think he was like a very big part of helping them out as well.
The thing is, with WWE, it's still being run by Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
He's got his hand on everything, and he's still stuck on ideas from like the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what they say, that like, if he likes you, he'll give you a chance to like have your voice.
He plays favoritism, hence like
but if
blatantly.
If he doesn't like you, you could have the best gimmick, the best push, and just crush you, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, what's his name? Those three guys, I always forget their name. There's a group that came out. There's I think it's like The Rock's cousin or something.
Oh, Rikishi.
No.
He is one of Rock's cousins. Is it about new?
They're not new now. They've been around for a few years.
Are you talking about Roman Reigns and the rest of them?
Roman Reigns.
He's meant to be a cousin of The Rock, but he's not.
Oh, he's not.
No.
I thought he was. I think he was a cousin. Rikishi's a cousin of The Rock.
Yeah. They're pushing. They're
pushing him so hard because they want him to be champion and to be loved, and everybody hates him.
Yeah. No. Well, that was the whole thing.
Because McMahon wants, he's set on him.
Yeah. McMahon's theory is if the bigger you are, the best physique you have, the better wrestler you are.
Yeah.
That's it. So, like, he'd fall in love with these, like, massive dudes.
Look at Rey Mysterio. He's a world champion, and people love him.
Look at Mankind.
Yeah.
He looks like a sack of fucking lard.
Yeah.
Poor Mysterio lost his eye.
Did he?
What?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Recently.
Lost his eye?
Last year, maybe?
What are you talking about?
Lost his eye in a wrestling accident, I think.
What?
Was it Mexico? Apparently there's a lot of injuries in the Mexico one.
Yeah, I think it was one of those.
La Parka died there, didn't he?
Yeah,
the Mexico
La Parka
one.
died, yeah.
La Parka. Yeah.
Is Rey Mysterio blind in one eye?
LWO.
No, he lost his eye, I'm pretty sure.
No. Hang on.
It's recent. It's a recent article. It's not.
When will Rey Mysterio get his eye back?
Rey Mysterio's vision is improving slowly each day, and his optic nerve is intact, completely secured back in its socket. Okay. Oh, his eye popped out.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Do I really want to open it up?
No.
I don't think there's a picture.
No.
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
But he's blind in that eye. Yeah. Well, he's blind in that socket.
Remember the LWO days?
Oh, yeah.
Latina World Order.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That was when everyone was
Conan.
Yeah.
Conan, man.
I hated that guy.
Why?
I can look back on these characters now with fondness because they were good because they made you hate them.
Yeah.
That's why
They did it
That's why Angle was the best.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But there was dudes that were just boring that you just didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't like Conan for one reason. He thought he was a gangster, and when he came out, I was at an age where I knew he wasn't a gangster.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he used to walk around with his, like, what's it called? Lumberjack, like his flannel fucking shirts, his bandanas, talking about, what did you say? Orale, arriva la raza.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you're not a fucking thug, man. Like, stop.
Yeah.
That's what annoyed me about Conan.
Yeah.
But he played it well to hate him like that.
Yeah,
It was just I hate him because he was annoying, not because he was
Wannabe
like Angle.
Yeah.
You know, I hated Angle. I hated Stone Cold.
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, slap nuts.
Oh, I used to love Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
Of all the tops I could get, because when they came here, I went, and of all the tops I could get, I got the Jeff Jarrett top. Slap nuts. I loved it.
I'm actually really disappointed.
Who am I missing?
DDP.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking hell, DDP. Yeah, he
That was
my
his favourite man, because
Yeah,
I
he
love the
was.
Giant and he loved DDP.
That's right.
You're a bum. How could you
That's
forget
right.
him? He was
I
your
know.
favourite.
I know.
He was
Jeez.
literally your favourite. You copied his taunt, like the high five, self-high
Yeah,
five.
he was too, jeez.
Yeah, tried to sue
The
Jay-Z.
DDP yoga. What's that?
Jay-Z or DDP, one of the two tried to sue each other because of that self-high five, because Jay-Z does it
Really?
as well. Yeah, hang on. I'm telling you, this was years
The fight
ago.
when he fought Goldberg and he nearly won.
Didn't they make him a champion at one point?
Yeah, he eventually became world champ.
Yeah, and then they squashed it like in nothing.
I think they beat him straight away,
Straight
like within
away,
a week
yeah.
or a couple of weeks or a month or
Mankind,
something.
Mick Foley actually talks about it in his book, saying that of all the guys that deserved the belt was
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
and they killed him in like overnight.
Because you had The Rock, who was the People's Champion, who won all his matches, and then DDP, who was WCW's World Champion, People's Champion, and he hardly won, like it was 50-50, he didn't always win.
Yeah.
And then he finally he got his title chances, and then Flamin', like the one against Goldberg, of all the people, he should have been the person to beat him. Because, I mean, the Hogan, you just saw it was going to happen. Not Hogan, Nash.
Oh, with the catapult.
taser. You could just see it was going to happen. Yeah.
Starcade 1998.
Yeah, and then remember, he knows it. And then remember, then he fought Hogan, and he just pushes him.
That was the Finger of Doom.
Yeah,
they say essentially that was the end of WCW.
Yeah.
After that was it. It was Hogan asserting his authority, and that was the end of it. Yeah, the self high five. Jay-Z learnt the hard way in 2007 to do a little research into what has and hasn't already been done. Yeah, so he actually paid royalties. Hang on, where is it?
Every time he does, you got to pay DDP $100.
Is it actually?
Probably.
No, we didn't realise you could do that with a hand gesture. As soon as the former WCW champion got wind of Jay-Z using it, he threatened the rapper with legal action. With no real legal platform stand on, Jay-Z had no real choice but to pay up for his oversight. They settled for an unspecified fee. A happy ending for DDP, not the only time Jay-Z was involved in it.
Wow.
What?
So DDP, you remember how he had his, like DDP yoga? It was like his gimmick when he went to WWE.
But it actually became like a holistic deal.
Like
he saved Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And have you heard Jake the Snake talk about it?
Yeah.
In his voice, he's like, getting onto that yoga.
Yeah.
Real raspy.
He tells all the stories about Macho Man.
Yeah.
Like he actually... Did you see?
He's a sad story. Jake's the Snake. His stories are pretty sad.
He was an alcoholic, just on the road all the time.
Lives out of his car or something, right?
Yeah,
from memory.
Yeah, he became a reformed Christian or something. As a minister,
but like he's like bringing up like full on abused everything.
Really?
Yeah, like I think by his dad. I think sexually
abused. I
didn't
know that.
And then I think when he had his daughter, like he just was like really like because alcoholic, all that, like you were just saying, like really really hard to just try and pull back to not.
Yeah.
He was always worried he was going to do something wrong to his kids.
Yeah.
It was just just really sad.
I don't know that. They all become reformed Christians again. I know Shawn Michaels became like a reformed thing. I think Stone Cold or his wife did the same thing. I don't know. Like, I guess it's a lifestyle, man. If they're on the road, like, how many days out of the year? They do shows every, 2-3 days, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's the ones that don't even get, aired.
Yeah,
house shows,
Yeah, and they say that's when they really try to ruin, wrestlers' careers by putting them on, making them lose a belt or something, on a house show.
Yeah.
So just get ridden out of an angle.
Yeah.
Then, fake kayfabe kill them or some shit like that. Wrestlers. Harlem Heat.
Booker T.
Yeah, Booker T, yeah.
Dude.
And,
can you dig it, sucker?
What was the other one?
But then, he was good in WCW, but then when he became champ in WWE, he aimed it pretty well too.
King Booker?
I think he was one of the, I think he was one of the characters that improved himself when he went over there. There was only a handful, a couple that did better.
Most of them fell away.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them got sacked, but the ones that
WCW one version.
Harlem Heat.
No, I prefer King Booker.
With the short hair and the 80s.
I don't like the King Booker, but I like then, when he was just the 5-time, just the shaking his head and all that. That was pretty good.
Dude,
too.
John Cena. John Cena's when he first came in, they hated him.
Yeah.
And they were trying to put him over as a babyface, like the new Hogan. And he had that whole rapping gimmick and spinneroonie. And then eventually he did that. Was it the Patriot? Is that the name of the movie? It was a Marine or something? The Marine.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
I don't know.
Cena, it was in a movie.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about.
They've got their own movie industry too, WWE.
WWE sells steak knives on infomercials. Seriously, they own everything, man. Do you know how much money? This legit. The WWE, McMahon. So that's the thing. Trump tried to sue McMahon because saying that his whole evil persona was based on him. You know what I mean? Yeah, because McMahon does the whole "you're fired" thing. Yeah, he says, "Oh, I got it from me." It's no, McMahon.
Well, McMahon was doing that way before.
McMahon was doing it for way before. Hang on. WWE.
Why are you doing that? You know who was really underlooked, and I can't remember the name of the group, but it was the Clowns.
Doink.
Was it Doink?
Didn't say.
No. The Clowns and their little midgets would come out of the ring, and they
Doink, Dink, and the rest of them.
What, did they have a name, or was that the name?
No, I think they had a group name.
I used to love them. Man.
Doink was played by 2-3 different wrestlers, and one of them died.
Shit!
And one of them ended up being it was supposed to be was it McMahon's nephew? Eugene?
Eugene.
Was it Eugene? The retarded one?
I don't know. Retarded.
But that's a word.
We say retarded here.
WWE's worth $5.71 billion. What do you mean? You haven't got $5 in your pocket.
I don't have anything.
How did you even get here tonight?
on on mixing alcohol and water in the tank.
Actual alcohol, like Red Label scotch. Someone bought him for his birthday. Just mixing it up with oil.
Like you can hear it pop, 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 pop on the way here.
You're the worst, man.
I've got to roll it to get it started.
Yeah, one of the doinks ended up being Eugene. I think it was one of the last doinks.
Okay, hang
You
on.
remember Eugene?
No.
He was the one that had the shaved head a little bit, grew curly hair on the side. There you go, Eugene.
Eugene Wrestler. Okay.
You don't remember him?
I do remember him. Yeah,
Kurt Angle always used to pick on him.
I do remember
I think it was
him.
Kurt Angle.
Retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember
And
him.
he was one of the doinks. And they reckon he was a really, really, really good wrestler. Like, technically a very good
I
wrestler.
mean, I love the entertainment purposes alone. Just like the creativity of having the little guys come out of the bottom of the ring all the
course.
time. And, it was just good, man. And
Finley?
He was
Finley? Finlay?
Superman-esque wrestling attire. He wasn't a doink. He teamed with Doink.
No, I'm positive he was one of the doinks.
he was a.
I'm not
I'm
saying
positive
him,
he was one of the doinks.
I wonder if he actually played that, or is he actually,
No, he was just putting it on.
putting it on.
Johnny used to love Carlito. Remember Carlito with the apple?
spit in the face as he
Spit in the face of the...
Who
We don't want to be cool, man.
Yeah, cool. That's it.
Yeah.
Finlay, Finlay, whatever you call him.
Was it Finley?
Finley.
I think it was Finley.
But on his... I don't know. Yeah, Finley.
Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko. man.
Malenko.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just thinking of these wrestlers, man. Going back to the thing. Do you know, like...
Raven.
Oh, dude.
Kidman.
Billy Kidman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was one of the most underrated wrestlers out there because they didn't use him good. They didn't use him very good at all. He only came into like really good once he went over.
But that's the thing.
WWE.
Like WWE, all the bookings essentially comes down from McMahon.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even now,
Yeah.
when he should be just sitting in a villa somewhere.
Yeah.
and he's-
Even you remember the Hurricane?
Oh, yeah.
Helms. Whatever his
Helms.
name's, yeah.
Like he's like when he actually came out of the Hurricane because he never used to win. Remember?
yeah.
Once he came out of that persona and he became, I think it was Sean Helms?
Helmsley or something?
No, something Helms. Like
Yeah.
He was a really, really good wrestler. Like outside of that persona, once he started winning, he was really, really good.
Dude, remember Luger?
Yeah.
Lex Luger, man.
Oh, Lex Luger.
I never really liked him.
That's the thing, he was meant to be billed as the next Hogan,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
'Cause he
yeah.
came out as a narcissist, then they brought him out as the all-American Lex Luger.
yeah.
But he was just stiff as,
Yeah.
and he had no personality. So, what do you do with it? You can't just get by on...
Well, those wrestlers didn't last long because you remember how many of them came into WWE? It was like that Mr. Universe, Mr. Perfect guy. He came out.
Mr. Perfect, yeah.
It was all sculpted and like remember he'd come out. His opening theme song would be like a Mr. Universe song.
No.
Yeah, he
I
was,
do
he was
remember
in a few of the SmackDowns that we used to play.
Really?
No one picked him.
What was his name?
I can't remember.
I think it was Mr. Universe, wasn't it? Mr. Perfect?
I'm picturing like a Chris Masters or something.
Yeah, Chris Masters.
Masters,
Oh,
yeah.
that who you're talking about.
Yeah. He'd come out just in a robe and then he'd
Yeah.
drop it.
Yeah,
and it'd just
yeah.
be the silhouette and he'd pose and,
And he'd
all
do
that.
the pose, yeah. The
and it
Johnny
was, like,
Bravo
boring.
pose.
And like he'd win, but he just disappeared because
Yeah.
he was boring.
Okay, well, let's see what happened to him. The masterpiece Chris Masters, who used the master lock.
And it was just like wasn't it just like a sleeper hold or something?
Hang on, I'll tell you now. His finisher was... Usually the finishers are at the bottom. Not those ones.
There was one wrestler who they got rid of because he was. It was just before 9/11, and he was like a Middle Eastern sheik dog,
Davari.
Davari.
Yeah.
And because of 9/11, they got rid of him and like they basically blackballed him.
Yeah, but...
And the thing is, he's an Italian guy. He's not even like Middle Eastern.
Wasn't he Canadian? I think he was Canadian or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but
yeah.
it wasn't his fault. Basically, what happened, they ran a gimmick where, like, it was all Middle Eastern sort of crap,
Yeah.
you know, like prayers and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But, like, on the week of that 9/11 thing,
Yeah.
they've had, like, some bit where these dudes in, like, camo and, like, balaclavas just came out and, like, kidnapped someone and laid a beat down and then, yeah, took them off. They didn't end up airing it.
He was a good wrestler. Very
But,
good.
yeah, they just basically canned it.
There were some guys a couple years ago on WWE, and they were tag team. Now I've forgotten their name.
Oh, Rob Van Dam. You liked Rob Van Dam.
Van Dam was good,
And damn.
and he was a lightweight, and he was getting chance. It was a tag team. I can't remember his name because I was really getting into the videos. He was really, really good. There was a little guy and a big guy, and they were main. What do you call it? Main title.
What's the main title?
Like they were the last fight of the. They basically got that big where they were the main event.
Yeah,
for a few times, for a couple months, and they were just a tag team. And I just can't remember his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He's a little guy, coloured hair, like spiky.
How long ago?
Maybe 3-4 years ago.
Might be too new for me because I haven't seen it since I was.
Nah,
and he got sacked basically. The little guy, because then they made the story like that they turn on each other and that, like how they always do. And then he pretty much rocked up at pay-per-view. I just write like pay-per-view crashed by former wrestler, and it'll come up with the name.
What? Pay-per-view.
He said, "I'm gonna be at the pay-per-view," and he was there, but he was just sitting at front row.
Enzo Amore.
There you go.
Who the hell's Enzo Amore?
They were really, really big. Like, really big. They did really well. And basically, I can't remember why, he got accused of sexual harassment or something. I think. I can't even remember it now. But they did really good.
No idea on this guy.
Here's a question. Do you, it's getting progressively worse, right? WWE. Do you reckon they're ever going to just pull a pin?
They have to. They should have pulled it now.
You just say it's done. That's it.
It'll probably get to the point. Well, no, I don't think so because, look, here it's not big, but over in there they've still got pretty big crowds. But then again, they do say that they're masters at hiding the crowd from camera cuts, camera angles and lighting.
What? And they're just going to... But they've done that with COVID. They put in fake crowds and...
Yeah. But they're on a contract anyway with whoever it is that airs them, so they don't really need the crowds, do they? Because they're getting paid by the big company. Until they...
Yeah, but who do you know that still watches wrestling? Even younger kids. You know anyone? Anyone young?
No, not at all.
I tried watching it a year or two ago, and I just couldn't sit through it.
Anyone that watches wrestling.
When I was growing up, obviously all of us, we were all passing it down to our friends, and then the newer kids that were coming. No one's passed it down from what I've seen. No one's passed down wrestling here.
No, it's just not a thing here. I actually at work got talking to a guy, and he's actually a promoter in one of these. The local
stuff, yeah.
The local stuff. And I think he said they're out of Mulgrave, or I don't think it was Dandenong. I think it was Mulgrave. And I'm looking at this guy, and I just, I had to do something for him. And basically, he goes, "Oh, who does this?" He showed me a photo, and it's like, "Oh, do you recognise that guy?" And I think it was Big Show or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it was actually a photo of him with his wrestler, because he's a promoter as well as a manager. That's right. And I go, that guy, I don't know him, but he looks pretty big. And I go, "Is that you?" I go, "Man, you actually look like Kevin Nash." And he's like, "Man, you are my hero." No one's ever said that, but at quick glance, I thought it was Nash standing next to long hair or something. Yeah, in the photo it was long, but when I saw him, it was cut. And he was just talking about, there's a big following here. But they just don't have the money backing behind them to make it more mainstream. There's heaps of local different...
Yeah, I've got a mate that goes to local events all the time, and he's always used to say to me, "Come down." I never could because I was always working. This is when he was doing this, I was working nights, so I'd start at 3, midday or whatever, so I'd never be able to get to the events. I haven't heard anything about it for a while. But I know there is a scene. I did a video for him. 10 years ago, it's like a promo for a wrestler fighting out of Cranbourne with Slick Steve. The video's still online.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Slick Steve.
Hang on. Oh, dude, he looked like a Jarrett, sort of Chris Jericho type, yeah? Hang on, I'll see if it's still here.
It's hard to say, because in America, if it wasn't big, there wouldn't be all these other small circuits popping up now, would there? They've got a lot of big circuits coming up now.
Yeah, I suppose.
So maybe
I can't sit through it.
I can't. No.
They've just ruined it for me, honestly.
I can't find it. Well, that's what I mean. These are big things. To control that much industry, people still buy Rock t-shirts. Yeah. Because The Rock is Rock. It's like Elvis. And I reckon at one point, all this shit is going to go, and people will be buying Mankind t-shirts the same way we buy Che Guevara t-shirts.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was good. Well, like the talkies, man. The talking pictures. Yeah. Because, dude, how are you going to compete with virtual reality video games? PS5's on, just at us.
Yeah.
How are you going to compete with that?
Yeah. That's true. Things are changing pretty
But even rapidly. At bowling, I'm looking around and kids have still got their iPads out while they're bowling.
Yeah.
I didn't look at my phone once, man, for the entire time through.
Yeah.
But kids have still got their iPads out. Like, how?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of sad in a way, but...
Do you reckon dude, why play bowling when you can play virtual bowling?
Yeah.
I see the value in it. It's a totally different thing. It's just going to become like a novelty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm getting depressed now because I'm thinking about all the things that are ending because we're like getting older.
Yeah.
It just sucks, like my flexibility.
my hair. No, I know what you mean. Like, I said to a couple of mates, do you want to go fishing? I've got this brand new rod from like 3 years ago. I haven't even used it. No, it's just pissing me off. So I said to a couple of mates, do you want to go fishing? And they're like, oh, just jump on Steam and download a fishing game. It's free. I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's coming out. No one wants to do it.
I haven't gone fishing in, I
haven't been in over probably 15 years.
20 years. How old am I now? 30, so yeah, 20 years. I reckon 20 years is the last one fishing, man. Around the same time, last one hunting. Yeah. I'd go, dude, if you said to me, come out for a night and just come and hang, I'd come.
All right.
No, I'm serious, man. Where would you go fishing? More, like local, like Morty, or?
Do you know the best spot I've been just before I bought the new rod was there's a pier all the way down Port Melbourne near the Spirit, all the way down, and you can catch pretty big snappers on there. Surprising. I had no idea before.
Next to the oil slicks?
Yeah.
Blinky's just floating around in the water. There's Andy just casting off.
It's still good. His wife is like,
I can't put my finger on it.
chewy.
Smells like El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Dude, if you'd said to me, like, come and meet me, I'll go tonight. I legit would go tonight. What time's the tide come in for fishing? I've got no idea.
I'd have to
Look it up.
I'm serious.